Well, hi everybody, Mindy here. And today I'd like to do something a little different. Today I'd really like to have a conversation with the U.S. stock traders, not the Forex traders, but the U.S. stock traders. What I realized just the other day is that a lot of times when people come to me asking for information, I just assume that they know the basics of what I do. Right? I've done this for 20 years. I live and breathe Forex. And so it just never really occurred to me that everybody doesn't do that. Okay. So anyway, it all started a few days ago when I got an email from someone asking me if I ever trade for other people. And I get that request a lot. And so I went into my long-winded explanation about how it's really not conducive for them or me to trade their accounts for them when I can teach them how to do it themselves. And then I go into my explanation about Forex and pips and leverage and margin and all this stuff and invite them to email me back if they're interested. Well, here's what happened. First, I'll show you the original email. And this is the original email. I'm going to block out the names so that I don't embarrass anyone but myself, okay, in this. But here you go. Here is the first email. As you can see, the question is blunt, straightforward, to the point. He's asking, do I trade for other people? And if so, what are the terms? Thank you very much. He's asking a simple question, and I'm sure when he sent the email, he was expecting a simple answer. But that's not what he got. Okay? What I did instead is I gave him a long-winded explanation about the wonders of Forex and how it really doesn't serve his best interest or mine to have me trade for him, and that I spend most of my life teaching other people how to trade so that they don't have to pay high fees and commissions to professional traders, right? They can do it themselves. And I'm talking about Forex the whole time and how great it is, things like that. What I didn't realize at the time is that he had no idea what I was talking about, because here is the next email that I received from him. Sounds great, he says, but what is an EA? Okay, so joke's on me, right? Not him. Obviously, this is a person who knows something about Forex, because when he sent me his original email, the title was Forex Trading. So he's probably a person who has tried Forex possibly on their own and realized that it's much different than trading stocks. And he knows enough about Forex to know that there are people out there like myself who are very accomplished at Forex trading, and he's just trying to tap into that so that he can take advantage of the Forex market the way some of us do. Right? So it's not his fault that when I gave him my elaborate answer back, he didn't understand it. So that goes back on me, not him. And sometimes I forget that I need to not assume that everybody out there knows as much as I know about Forex and the different ways to trade it and the different opportunities that there are in Forex and things like that. So actually it was a very humbling experience for me to get this email back from him, because it really put me in my place and made me think twice about why most of the people who send me requests like this After I send them back an answer, I never hear from them again, right? And it's because I have totally confounded them, talking in language that might as well be a foreign language because they're not understanding my explanations, right? So that's on me. And what I want to do in this video is talk to all of you people out there who are stock traders or who know a little bit about Forex, but you really don't know how to make Forex work for you. Okay? So that's what we're going to talk about in the next few minutes. First, let's talk about the really huge difference between stock trading and Forex trading, because this is one area where a lot of stock traders try their hand at Forex and immediately lose all their money, right? But here's the difference. If you have a $10,000 stock portfolio, what you're going to do is you're going to invest different amounts of your portfolio into different stocks, right? You might buy $2,000 worth of stock A and $2,000 worth of stock B, $2,000 of C and $2,000 of D, and you might hold $2,000 in cash reserve in case there's some great deal that comes along and you want to have some funds ready, right? But it's really not uncommon for a stock trader to literally invest 100% of their pool of funds that they have in their account into different stocks and have no cash reserve at all, right? But the fact of the matter is, when you buy your stocks and you're holding them, you own them, right? So if the price goes up, the stocks are appreciating in value, the total value of your portfolio increases. And if the stocks go down, the total value of your portfolio decreases. But one way or another, you still own the stocks, right? But ultimately, you are responsible for when those stocks are appreciating or depreciating. The only thing is, the broker, in most situations, is not going to call you up and say, your stock lost 7% of its value today, so we think you should cough that up and pay us for that, right? Because they don't care. They're not going to do that. Now, if you're trading on leverage with some stock brokers, you can trade on leverage, right? Or if you're a day trader, you probably regularly trade on leverage. And in those situations, they would call you up and they would say that. You know, but most of the time, if you're not trading on leverage, the broker really could care less if your portfolio of stocks appreciates or depreciates. You know, they really don't care. Okay. But now, if you had a $10,000 Forex portfolio, the situation is much different. Because what you do with the Forex portfolio is you still invest different amounts of your pool of funds into different currency pair trades or transactions. But the fact of the matter is, when you trade a Forex pair, you don't actually own your holdings. You are essentially renting them from your broker to control them while they are in your portfolio, right? Now, the fact of the matter is also that you didn't have to pay full price, right? If you're buying 2 lots of EUR USD currency pair, you are controlling $200,000 of currency, but you don't have to pay $200,000 to get involved in that trade. All you're going to do is pay a very small deposit to essentially have ownership rights of that for a limited time, however long you hold the transaction, right? So because of the fact that you don't own the holdings, you just control them. If the price goes up, what happens is you control that, right? So as the price goes up, your trade is appreciating in value, and the broker is like standing off in the corner somewhere shelling out dollars into your account while the price is going up, because you control that trade. So if it goes up a pip or two, it's kind of like you can picture him over there in the corner shelling out dollar bills to you, or $10 bills, as your trade increases in value. And you will see that increase in value immediately, moment by moment, in your account as the amount of your equity balance goes up, right? But let's say that your trade is not going in favor of what you thought when you entered it, right? Well, because you've only put up a small deposit toward that trade, what the broker's going to do is he's going to be standing off in the corner looking at your account, and as the trade is going negative, he's going to be over there kind of picking dollar bills or $10 bills out of your reserve cash balance as the trade depreciates. And you do see it moment by moment, right? So when your trade is appreciating, you instantly see the benefit into your account. If your trade is decreasing, or if it's depreciating, you're going to instantly see your reserve balance in your account going down and down and down and down and down. Okay? But either way, until you no longer have control of that currency transaction, you are responsible to pay the total value of what it's depreciating to the broker during the time you're renting it from him, right? So that's the basic difference between stock trading and Forex trading. So what do people do when they have a stock trade that's going bad, or maybe all of the stocks in their portfolio are going south? Usually they do nothing, right? Or in some circumstances, they might go buy more of the stocks that are depreciating. They call it dollar cost averaging, and then they brag to their friends about what a smart move they made. But if you're a stock trader and you're dollar cost averaging your stocks all the time, all that really means is you didn't do a very good job of picking out the trades in the first place, right? Because with stocks, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to buy low and sell high, right? So, or sometimes if you're going to kind of reverse trade, you can sell high and then buy low. But one way or another, if you're always having to dollar cost average your stocks, then you need to go back to stock picking school and learn how to pick out the stocks and buy them when they're on sale, right? Buy them when the price is cheap. That way you don't have to worry about them depreciating before they appreciate, and you can sell them for a profit, right? But all stock traders know is that if they wait long enough, the stocks will usually appreciate over time, and they'll be able to make a profit sooner or later, right? That's the basic theory of stock trading, right? So now let's talk about what most Forex traders do when their trades depreciate. Well, usually they freak out, they close the trade, and they take the loss. Now, why do they do that? They do that because they're afraid of losing their entire account to a margin call when they run out of cash reserves or usable margin in their account to manage their trades, right? Now, you can't blame these people, not really, because the fact of the matter is They're doing that because it is a direct result of traders not understanding the Forex market that they have gotten involved in. And they're totally ill-prepared to be involved in it, right? And Forex trading is simply nothing like stock trading. But almost all of the Forex education that you can find anywhere, from brokers or on the internet or anywhere else, almost all of it is based on stock trading principles. So if they're trying to trade elephants, but yet they've been taught how to catch sea bass, it's not going to work, right? So is it any wonder why 90% of all of the people who attempt Forex fail? It's no surprise at all. They're all being taught to do it the wrong way because they're being taught to trade it as if it was a stock, and it's not. The charts look the same, right? The trading platforms look the same, but it's completely two different animals. And until you understand that, you will never be able to be successful trading Forex. Okay? Now, one thing I'm going to tell you that nobody else is going to tell you is that if you are ever in a situation where you have to worry about your Forex trade going negative before it goes positive, then you have unwittingly overtraded your Forex account, right? Because just like stocks, the one thing that they do have in common is that the prices can only do two things. They can go up, they can go down, but they never go one direction forever, right? Any currency pair that you look at, if you look at a long-term chart, what you'll see is that the price goes way up sometimes, it goes way down sometimes, it spends most of its time in a range moving up and down. And as long as you are basing your trading strategy in a way that you don't have to worry if the price goes down before it goes up, then that's when you're trading correctly. And that's what I teach people how to do. Now, if you're really interested in learning all of the ins and outs of Forex, how to trade it, how to be successful at it, things like that, come to my website and check out my Mentor on Demand program, okay? Because I can literally take people, and I've done it hundreds of times, who know nothing at all about Forex and literally turn them into world-class Forex traders, right? That's what I do in my mentoring program. Now, the thing is, you can either buy an annual subscription to the mentoring program, or you can buy the program on a month-to-month basis, right? On a month-to-month basis, you can quit whenever you want to. You're under no long-term obligation, right? But what I have found is that it takes most of my students somewhere between 6 months and a year to really learn everything that they need to know. So what I've done is I've offered an annual subscription for mentoring services where you essentially get 2 months for free. The month-to-month mentoring is $500 a month. The annual subscription is $5,000, and that's a one-time payment. If you are worried that you're a slow learner, the annual subscription would be the way to go. If you're pretty sharp and you pick up on things pretty quickly, you might want to go with the month-to-month, because I will teach you at your pace, okay? So if you are really sharp and you pick this stuff up really fast, you might be able to learn everything that you need to know to be a functional Forex trader, even a world-class Forex trader, in 2 or 3 months. right? So that's my mentoring program. But you know, I have an awful lot of people who say, Mindy, listen, I don't have time to learn Forex because I work, or I have kids, or I have grandkids, I have obligations. I just want to be able to take advantage of the profit that I know is available in the Forex market. I'd like to learn the minimum amount to function in that and make some money, and I really don't care about being a world-class Forex trader. You know, people say that to me all the time. Now, the thing is, I have a solution for you, because what I have done over the last year and a half is I have developed an auto trading program that mimics the way that I trade. Okay? Now, with Forex, one of the main platforms for transacting Forex trades is called MetaTrader. And MetaTrader trading platforms are available at almost every Forex broker in the world. There's a few out there that don't offer MetaTrader, but most of them do. It's kind of like the industry standard for a trading platform for Forex. One of the reasons why MetaTrader is such a popular trading platform is because it offers the trader the ability to create little mini computer programs that run inside of the MetaTrader terminal, right? And those little computer programs are called expert advisors, and they go by the initials EA for expert advisors. Now, why they call them that, I have no idea, because it's a name that makes it sound like, oh, what? I have to have some special consultant working for me now? No, that's just what they call them. They call them expert advisors, but what they are little programs that will do something for your trade. They'll either enter your trade or exit your trade or manage your trade or something like that. Well, what I have done is I have developed a very complex program that literally can auto trade your Forex account for you in a way that will allow you to make a lot of money in the Forex account over time, right? But it won't put you in a situation where you're going to have to worry about a margin call. Now, you do still have to keep your eye on it, and you do still have to learn how to manage the program, because there will be times when, to make it function at its best, you have to go in and adjust settings and things like that, right? But the thing is, I can teach you how to do that without you having to spend a year learning how to be some great Forex trader, right? Now, when I first developed this program to do this auto trading, I did not create it to be a replacement for manual trading. I created it to be an enhancement to the manual trading that traders do. But what we're finding is the results on this are good enough that for a lot of people, it's good enough. And they would be satisfied with just the results they see from this program doing trading for them every day instead of them having to learn how to do it themselves. Okay? Now, I call this program Mindy's Magic EA because it really is kind of like magic. It just keeps making trades and managing trades and closing trades. And here is an account history. This is a demo account. I'll show you a live account in a few minutes, where the first trade was entered on January 7th of 2019, right? So that was 2 months ago, right? So what happened here, these are all trades that were made by the EA, and you can see that it doesn't make big trades. Most of the trades are pretty small. But the fact of the matter is, as we scroll down here through all these hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of trades that it has made in the last 2 months, what we see is that it has closed $2,859 of profit during the time that it's been here. This profit column says $12,859, but the account started with $10,000. So if we look over here on the left, we see this broken out. We see that it has a profit of $2,859. It had an initial deposit of $10,000, right? So it's up almost 30%, 28% in 2 months, right? But here's the thing. What did I talk about earlier? Forex prices go up and down, and sometimes you have trades that go down before they go up, right? So what that's called is unrealized profit. Okay, i.e. temporary loss, but it's not a loss. You know, right now I have a $964 negative PL in the account, but I have no intention whatsoever of closing any of these trades while they are negative. So the negative PL total is temporary. And as the prices in these pairs move up and down, these trades will go from being negative to being positive. And that's when I close them. I never take a Forex trade out for a loss, right? There's no reason to, because I'm managing the account in a way that I do not have to be afraid of any of these trades being so ugly that it would cause the account to go into a margin call. Okay, so it's all about trade management, and that's what the EA takes care of for you. You don't have to worry about doing it yourself. Now, after 2 months, this has been going on for 8 weeks. If somebody said, oh my gosh, this is just too stressful, I can't stand looking at this negative number, it just makes my stomach hurt. Well, if they wanted to close the account and walk away today, they would still have an equity balance that is $1,895 more than they had 2 months ago when they started trading the account, right? But if they have the wherewithal to suck it up, wait it out for these trades to become profitable, and they will sooner or later, then they're going to have not less than $2,859 of profit for this same amount of time, right? So anyway, that's the basic premise of a Forex trading account and an auto trading program called an expert advisor, and what it can do for you, right? Because what this does, this trades 24 hours a day. It doesn't, this EA doesn't care if you're asleep or you're at work or you're feeding your grandkids or you're at a football game or you're out for dinner and a movie. It's going to continue to put trades in and out of the account 24 hours a day, every day when the Forex market is open. Okay? So that's something that I think a lot of you might be interested in. What we're going to talk about next is how you decide if you want to invest part of your investment portfolio in Forex. Now, I'm going to tell you that I am a firm believer in having a well-rounded financial portfolio. I live and breathe Forex, but I have a very small part of my total investment portfolio in Forex, right? Because Forex carries its own set of risks. And there are some things about Forex that make it inherently more risky than other investments. So you have to weigh that risk with the reward. And we'll talk about the risk in Forex in another video. But I have real estate holdings, I have a stock portfolio, I have a gold portfolio, I have a lot of different types of investments, right? But I can tell you that my Forex investments outpace all of the other investments that I have every year. Because when you think about how much money you can earn from your stock portfolio each year on average, if you're an active day trader, you could have an annual average earning from your stock portfolio that could be well over 100%, right? That wouldn't be unusual for somebody who actively day traded every day. But the typical stock investor or occasional stock trader will usually be doing really well if they can manage maybe a 35% gain over a year. And most of them, unfortunately, do not do that well, right? But the way that I teach you to trade Forex and the way that the auto trading EA trades Forex, because it mimics the way I trade Forex, the first principle I teach people is to not be greedy, right? And to be satisfied with somewhere between a 1% to 2% profit per day over time. Now, what that means is that some days you're going to make 1%. Other days you might make 5, 6, 7%. And there'll be some days that you don't make anything or your equity balance goes down temporarily, right? But over time, if you trade the way that I teach, you're going to average somewhere between 1 and 2% per day over time, right? So what that means is that by the end of the year, your Forex trading account is going to be up somewhere between 200 and 400%, because there's 220 trading days in the year for Forex, right? So if you only average 1% a day, that's going to be 220%, right? Or if you're averaging 2% per day, it's going to be 440%. But most people aren't going to trade Forex every single day, right? And most of them are not going to be on the higher end of the average, because they're usually not going to be getting greedy, and when they've made their 1% each day, they're probably going to know that it's time to stop and, be satisfied with that, and then go do funner things the rest of the day, right? But the thing is, you can make a lot more money in a Forex account, even if you are trading very conservatively, than you will ever make in a stock trading account, unless you are that rare individual who is a really good day trader and, is an active stock trader and really good at picking trades and is making profits on their trades almost every day and knowing when to get out of them, things like that. But most people will make far more money in a Forex account than they're ever going to make in their stock account. But what you have to do is you have to weigh that with reason, and you have to understand that it's really not a good idea to go out and take your whole life savings and put it in a Forex account, right? Because of the inherent risks that are involved. But how about taking 20% of your total investment portfolio and putting that in a Forex account? So here's some numbers. Let's assume somebody did that. First, let's assume that they have a total trading portfolio of $50,000 and they average 35% a year. right? So their average annual gain is $17,500. But let's assume instead of doing that, that they take 20% of their total investment portfolio and put it into a Forex trading account, right? So if they do that, they now only have $40,000 to invest in the stock market. And if they continue to make their 35% annual gain, instead of making $17,500, they're going to make $14,000 because they're investing less. But if they take that $10,000 and put it into Forex, trade the way I teach them to trade, or the way that my expert advisor trades automatically, then they should be able to end the year with about a 200% increase on that $10,000. So their gain over the year on that $10,000 is going to be $20,000. So you can see that by making a reasonable trade-off and taking part of their portfolio and putting it in Forex, the Forex gains over the course of the year are going to more than outpace all of the rest of their money that they have involved in the stock market. So I suggest to you that, assuming that you have a reasonably sized investment portfolio, and most of the people who come to me do, they have a investment portfolio of somewhere between $50,000 and $2 million. That's anything in that range is very common for the people that I work with. But what I'm suggesting is that you take somewhere between 15 and 20% of your investment portfolio and put it in Forex. Because what you'll find is that it will outpace all of the profits that you derive from your other investing every year. Okay? So how's that for a unique idea? So now let's talk about how you can actually get started making money in Forex. Okay? Now, the first way, of course, is if you're really interested in learning all about Forex, how to find the right trade opportunities and turn yourself into a world-class trader, the best solution for you is to try some monthly mentoring from me, where I can teach you those skills, right? That does cost $500 a month, but it's a skill that you cannot learn anyplace else. No one else in the world teaches the trading strategy that I teach, because it's based on a mathematical formula that I developed 20 years ago that has never failed me yet. Through all of the different ways the Forex market has changed over the years, but what it's doing, it's a mathematical calculation that tells me when the price of a currency pair is trading outside of the range where it should be trading. And it works every time, right? But the thing is, a lot of people do not want to take the time to learn that. So if you're a person who really does not want to learn how to make trades, but you want to profit from my trading principles, then what you probably want to do is to essentially buy my Magic EA, right? Which will auto trade for you. Now, when you come to my website, right here at the top of my website is my email address, and you're welcome to email me with any questions that you have ever about Forex or my EAs, my auto trading EAs, okay? But right here, front and center, is some information about my Magic EA. And every few days I post the most recent update of the demo trial that I am doing, right? So you can follow the progress of that demo trial by just checking out my website every couple of days, and there'll be a new video over here. But if you would like to buy the EA or try the EA for yourself, the thing to do is to click on the Shop Now button. And what you'll find is that I do have a package that I put together that is a 13-month subscription of not just the Magic EA, but also the Profit Stop Plus EA, which is another EA, but a little different, and then also 2 other EAs that I have developed over the years. And what this includes, it includes a 13-month subscription to all of these EAs, plus unlimited training and support for helping you install the EAs, learning how to run them, what to watch for, how to size the trades from within the EA, and everything like that. Now that package is essentially a discounted price, and it's $2,655 for 13 months of all of the EAs, plus unlimited support on how to use them. Now, if you're only interested in the Magic EA, which is the EA that auto trades, right? And it mimics the way that I trade. I have a lot of different options for how you might want to buy it. I have licenses that go up to a lifetime license for $2,500, or you could buy an annual license, a 3-month license, a 1-month license, depending on how frequently you want to have to renew your license. They're all based on currently a $100 a month fee. So if you want to renew your license every 3 months, then get the 3-month license. If you only want to fool with that once a year, get the annual license. But if you can't afford some of the bigger license fees, you can always start with a 1-month license for $100. And it's a pretty sure bet, I can't guarantee it, but it's a pretty sure bet that the EA is going to make more than $100 for you in that month, right? So more than likely, you can start with a small package and make enough money that first month to buy the larger license for the next time you need one, and then you make enough money during that time to buy the larger license, and before you know it, you'll be doing the lifetime license, because who's not going to want to keep this EA once they have it, right? But let's say you just want to give it a whirl on a demo account, right? You can also do that. For $25, I say it's a 1-month demo, but it's actually 2 months. So, if you want to try the EA for a couple of months on a demo account just to see if it's something that you would want to run on a live account, you can do that too, right? So here's the Magic EA and the options involved for how you would want to purchase it. Now, I'm really not kidding when I say this. These are introductory prices because I just started marketing the EA a month ago, right? So these prices will be going up probably within the next few weeks, because we've had enough people now that are using the EAs on live accounts that I'm getting some wonderful results from those people. And so now that we know that everything about the EA works and works well, and people are actually making a lot of profit with it, the price will be going up, right? Now, I'm not sure how much it's going to go up, and I'm not exactly sure of what date the prices will change. But I do know that as of today, these are the prices. Okay, so if you buy a license to the EA, that license does include training on how to use it. So I'm not going to just sell you an EA and tell you, well, go get a MetaTrader account, figure it out. I don't do that to people. I work with you until you totally understand all of the aspects of the EA, how to use it, what to watch for, and I want to know that you know when you need to call me. Because if the EA ever does something freaky or something that I've told you to watch out for, the first thing I want you to do is get back on the line with me, and I will teach you how to adjust the settings or whatever needs to be done. But the EA is very safe. It's not a threat, but you do have a learning curve involved. But it's not a hard learning curve, and you really don't have to understand much about Forex to use the EA. In fact, I'm going to show you something. Here is the demo account that I'm doing the videos on every few days, right? This is the account history showing you how much it's made. But this is the trade tab. This is where all of the currently open positions are, right? But here's the thing. With Forex, as with stocks, there's always going to be charts involved. Oh my goodness, right? So what I teach people when I teach them how to trade is I teach them how to develop charts so that they can tell when the price is ready to reverse or whatever, or trend one way, whatever. But a lot of people look at this and it just gives them a headache. You know, it just looks like a three-ring circus, and they think, I don't know how you can make heads or tails out of any of this. But to use my EA, here's what you have to know about Forex charting. Nothing. Right? Because the EA is going to do it for you. You literally don't even have to know how to read a Forex chart. You don't need to know how to read indicators. You don't need to know anything. Because when we put the EA on a chart, here's how we do it. This is the EA on the chart for AUD USD. Now, if I open this chart up, this is what it looks like. It looks exactly like this one. You don't have to know anything about Forex charting to run the EA. Okay? So I think that's probably pretty comforting for most people. Right? But what's involved in the EA, when we go in and actually look at the properties, what you see is that it's a very complicated bunch of stuff in here. But what I do is I teach you everything that you need to know and understand about the different elements from within the EA. And all of this is telling the program what to do to find trades, how to manage the trades, and when to close the trades, right? But I teach you everything you need to know about this, and you can learn this much faster than you can learn how to actually be a world-class trader, okay? Because that does take time, okay? So that is the EA. This is what it looks like on a chart. This is how much knowledge you need to have about Forex to use the EA, which is nothing. And to get started is easy. All you have to do is come to my website, pick out the license agreement that you're comfortable with, and I will invite you in at that time for classes on how to actually set it up in a trading account, and we'll go from there. Now, here's some things that you need to know. The trading style that I use and the trading strategy that I use is based on being able to carry both buy trades and sell trades in your trading account in the same pair at one time. Okay? Now, that is something that the U.S. regulators do not allow for traders to do if they're trading with a U.S. broker. So I trade with foreign brokers. And a lot of people think, oh, it's illegal to trade with a foreign broker. Well, no, it's not illegal. There's nothing illegal about it. It's illegal if you don't pay your taxes on your income that you make. That's illegal, right? But a lot of the brokers in the United States and even the regulators will allude to the fact that it's illegal to trade with a foreign broker, and it's not. The problem is finding a foreign broker who will take you as a client if you are a U.S. citizen. Because most of the brokers in the world don't like putting up with the U.S. regulators. And so to avoid that, they just say, no, we're not taking U.S. clients. Okay, but I trade with foreign brokers. I've done it for 20 years. And just because it's a foreign broker doesn't mean it's a bad broker. Some of the very best brokers I've ever had have been foreign brokers, not brokers in the United States. Okay, but what we have to do to trade in my trading methodology and make the most of my magic EA is we do have to have a foreign broker to trade with. Okay, now I have a broker that I'm using currently. I'm very pleased with them so far. I've only been using them for a few months because the broker that I truly loved, which was FinPro Trading, they merged with a company called CoinEx just a couple of months ago. So I don't have a long history with CoinEx, but since I was so impressed with FinPro, I had nothing but a wonderful experience with FinPro for years. I figure if they merged with CoinEx, then CoinEx must be okay because they were top notch. So you can actually get a demo account free. It takes about 2 minutes. Come to my website, click on this link right here where it says link here to open a free demo account with CoinEx, right? When you have a demo account, from there I can send you your first copy of the EA that will run only on a demo account, and you can learn how to use it and then move on into your license for your live account, right? And see if you like it. If you're not sure, then do this. Sign up for the free demo account. Sign up for a couple of months of a demo version of my EA for $25. That's all it's going to cost you to see if this is something that's right for you or not. Okay? But I think it will be, and I think you'll be absolutely thrilled that you sat through this incredibly long and probably boring video to get to the crux of the issue, right? So anyway, that's the video for today. And I hope to hear from a lot of you. Send me an email if you have questions, okay? But we'll be working together soon, I'm sure. And until then, have a wonderful trading experience, no matter what you're trading. Stocks, Forex, whatever, bonds. And I'll see you again soon with a video specifically about the risk involved in Forex. Okay? Bye for now.